Hello and welcome to this video in which I will tell you about my train trip around the US. I worked as a German Fulbright foreign language teaching assistant at a university in the United States for the fall semester of 2022 and the spring semester of 2023. Between those two semesters, I had a break of roughly 5 weeks that I used to get to see more of the country and to know it better also. To do so, I bought an Amtrak US Rail Pass, which allowed me to go on 10 train rides, called segments, within 30 days all over the US. I left in mid-late December 2022 and first took a bus to the nearest train station, which was in Philadelphia. A couple of hours later, I took a train from Philadelphia down south to the capital of the state of Georgia, which is Atlanta. In Atlanta, I stayed for 2 days with a lovely lady and her dad, whom I had contacted on Couchsurfing. Couchsurfing is a platform where private people can stay at each other's homes. You just look up the town you want to visit and see if there is any member there. If there is one, you can text them and ask them if they would host you for the length of your stay. If you are lucky, they might have a bedroom for you, but sometimes they can only offer you a couch to sleep on. People can also rate each other, so if you are a little fearful of the concept of couchsurfing, you can see if a member already hosted other people and how nice they think they are. I know many people don't like the idea of couchsurfing, but I really wanted to try it and get to know more Americans. Plus, my hosts were all locals, so they knew the area very well and gave me tips or even spent time together with me. After Atlanta, I took another train southwest to the city of New Orleans, which is also the capital of the state of Louisiana and the informal capital of music. Unfortunately, it was very cold in New Orleans when I arrived. My host told me that usually it was warmer around that time of the year, but still, I enjoyed my stay there very much. I got to hear some good music and loved the lush nature of the city, as well as their old trams. On December 24, my next train was delayed so much that I found a cafe in which I could call my family. The delay really was not so bad because when I called them, they were celebrating Christmas. I only had my German phone number back then, so I was always dependent on Wi-Fi and would not have been able to join the Christmas party if I had been on a train, as they don't offer any kind of Wi-Fi. So really, I guess the delay wasn't that bad. My train eventually ended up leaving with an 8 hours delay. It brought me sound and safe to my next stop further west, San Antonio, a city located in the state of Texas. Here, I celebrated Christmas with my hosts, which were having a cool party with their friends and were very welcoming too. The day after the Christmas party, friends of my host took me and another French couchsurfer to Fredericksburg, a town famous for its German heritage. Many Germans settled there and helped build this town. After that, it was time to move on to California. To get there, I took a rather long train ride of 28 hours and ended up in Los Angeles. In California, I met some German friends which had come to the west coast of the United States for holidays and had rented an RV. Together, we explored the area for 2 weeks and saw a lot of places such as Santa Barbara, Las Vegas, the desert of Nevada, Yosemite National Park, and last but not least, San Francisco. When they were about to take a plane home, I embarked on my return journey east to another train from San Francisco with a stop in Salt Lake City, the capital of Utah. Utah is very well known because of Mormons, a Christian group that makes up a large part of the population of Utah and settled in the state early on. I took a bus ride to see the lake also, which is located a little out of town, but it turned out to be very shallow. The bus driver told me that it had shrunk very fast over the past years. I just spent 1 day in Salt Lake City and unfortunately, my next train turned out to be delayed by 9 hours, and I ended up spending the night in the train station. Not very comfortable, I can tell you that much. Eventually, I made my way to Denver, the capital of Colorado. It is located right between the Great Plains of the United States and the Rocky Mountains in the west. There, I visited my cousin, which at that time worked as an au pair for a little family located outside of the city. My final stop before returning to my university was Chicago, the capital of Illinois. Just like New York City and Los Angeles, it is a very big city. I had a great time there with my hosts, and next to hanging out with them, I discovered the city a little by foot. Then I took another train to Pittsburgh and was back in Philadelphia again. All in all, it was a great trip that I will never forget. I was able to see for myself how diverse the US is in terms of people and nature, and of course, I loved the landscapes that I could see while on board of the trains.